What was your biggest fear when you were a little child? Were you scared of the dark and the stuff that might be hiding there? I guess that most of us at some point in their early life experienced that kind of fear. I've been a psychic from the early childhood, and just as almost all of us were scared of the monsters under our beds, I was seeing halos everywhere I went. But it wasn't that scary as it may sound. I was often able to focus my sight on them to make it more visible. But it never got the form of a beast or a demon, but was simply some kind of floating energy. Then of course came the time to face the truth that things like that do not exist. So by the next few years of reprogramming myself that I don't see anything, I became a normal person seeing only casual matter. The years passed by during which I was a total atheist and materialist, not in the sense of being obsessed with the money, gifts and not valuing the inner psyche of the others, but in the sense of viewing the world as the universe made entirely and only of matter, nothing else. But then, about the age of 14, some strange things started to happen to me again. I must admit that I had completely forgotten my early childhood experiences, which I only reminisced sometime after it. The major shift came in my dreams. At those times, I wasn't valuing them at all. It seemed that I hadn't had any dreams at all, and I thought that I just hadn't remembered them. But then, suddenly, I started having dreams and seeing them new by future. It was a constant deja vu. I was always able to know things that would have happened to me during a week into the future. I started sharing those experiences to my closest friends, who started to call me a prophet, and I was able to predict the most minor and insignificant things, like who will meet on our journey to somewhere, or who will be chosen to answer in front of the class, which was actually very useful during the school time. That was a pivotal point in my life, which led me to where I am today. I started extensive research into the phenomena I had experienced. I started having strange buzzing and ringing in the ears just before a text message was coming, and sometimes my ears were spontaneously burning. The latter is in spirituality, meaning that someone is constantly talking about us. And it was to my surprise, for the first time after having a whole face red like a tomato, to hear that actually a few moments ago my friends were talking about me intensely. I started digging deeper and deeper into spirituality, ancient belief systems, and even cutting-edge science. I also became interested in parapsychology, which is a whole branch of exotic science concerning psychic phenomena. From all those years of my studies, I found out that even materialistic science can tell us that it may be all possible and that we may communicate with the external world, not only using our five senses, but also at a deeper quantum level. In physics, there is a phenomenon called the entanglement, in which two particles share information and interact with each other instantaneously, beyond the speed of light. Actually, the light speed is the maximum velocity in our universe, so communication faster than that simply means communicating beyond the space-time. It means that even time is of no importance, and it could explain, for example, seeing future in your dreams when you are totally detached from either space or time. Also, if this kind of communication happens, why couldn't we get red when someone is gossiping about us? Of course we could. The same with the other phenomena. Our senses are really limited in the electromagnetic spectrum of our eyes. That is, the reality we are able to see is only 0.005% of everything there is. We can say that we are actually blind. But we see even less than that, because every second our brains receive about 11 million of sensations, but they filter out only 40 out of it. That is all information from our five senses. So, what is in those almost 11 million of things that we receive but our brain throws into the trash? Or what is in those almost 99% of things that are totally unknowable to human beings? As we see, there is an enormous potential of things that we don't sense but are actually happening there every second. It could also explain why do some people see more than others. For example, why some people can see auras, energy and other stuff as I do. It is simply because you set your filters on yourself. Your beliefs tell the brain what 40 sensations to show you and what to exclude. If in your belief system there is a possibility of seeing extra things, you will simply see them. Every one of us is psychic, but the information is hidden from us by the filters in our brains. Also, everything is interconnected, which is proven by physical and parapsychological studies. That's why we should not gossip about anyone, because we don't know if this message won't come to them in the form of in their dream or in the form of the unpleasant ringing in the ears. Remember, we are never isolated and alone. We are all connected. Thank you.